Honest to God, I stopped drinking hard liquor. Anywhere I go, I've been drinking wine. The hard liquor, believe me, at this work I bring.
You look good, you have all of the something there about you. Yes, Goodie!
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of the Goodgal podcast.
Forget opposite.
We're recording really late, so it's like this is definitely past our bedtime.
Delirious.
Yeah.
Delirious. I had a day, no?
You had a day?
Yeah, man,
really?
it is rough. But how was yours?
Same. I had a day too. Do you like my painting? There's a new painting in here.
Oh,
right?
I'm never
I should never even notice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Come on, delirious. It's nice.
It
brings it together.
I think so. And I wanted colors that match the whole.
I like it's more neutral with a pop of like.
Yeah.
You gonna show the people them?
Yeah.
But can you just talk about it? Yeah.
No, yeah, man.
Cause I could have one picture of herself naked. Chat about we don't know.
Trying to slim down for the carnival. We will be on the road with Exodus. And
Right,
both
true.
wearing. Of course, we're gonna go honey.
No, why you tell them?
Oh shit! I shouldn't have said anything.
No.
Why? You're one of them people that don't want people to know where you're.
No, I do, but it's just like surprise the peoples.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
No.
Like whatever.
Yeah, one of them people. There are people who do that. Don't tell people. If
No,
you
they
ask.
take it so serious.
Like them. Don't tell anybody.
They don't tell anybody what costume they're wearing, and they just pop out with it on the day.
It's not
And
a
I'm like,
pregnancy,
girl,
though. It's not a pregnancy.
Girl.
Enough for I date.
Girl, we all saw the costumes and we
Right.
know them. So just tell who we are.
Right, so now we need El come and say, when we gonna suck in them and so out of the sneakers already. Like
Yeah,
we need-
order the
it's a
sneakers,
sister
candy.
order.
Yeah. Like, make you know where. No, what's your Alexa friend me? I'm Alexa now. What's
That's not winning
embarrassment?
us. Now we're not winning us because we're gonna do tonight. And that message to myself.
Can we start the episode? Oh my god.
Mhm.
Such a mess. Yeah, man. Alexa, I have reminders on my phone. So what I have to do is to make sure I do the things that I need to do in this
You know,
life.
I'm like regular people.
No, I will ignore them. So the
Oh.
so Alexa just midnight stroke my house.
Right.
So yes,
It
I
takes a video, like
yes, so I have to remind myself, say, okay, Renee, you need to listen to your audiobook,
Mhm.
you need to journal now, you need to pray and worship, you
So
need
you
to
do
do
it?
skincare.
You do
Yes,
it?
I do usually do it.
Oh.
Right now, yeah, disturb my
I'm sorry about that. I'm like, golly.
No, since I start do it with Alexa, I start actually do it.
Oh, nice.
And like taking my vitamins is very hard for me. I keep forgetting. Every day I forget. But now since I put it on
Has enough
Alexa,
you take though?
huh? Yeah, I take sea moss, I take a probiotic. Is probiotic in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I take one of the women, which is like B vitamins. And you know more add to it now? More add magnesium. TikTok I got be the
Or the glutamine.
glutamine, something.
I don't know, but I hear say it can make your belly big too.
Oh no,
So
I
there's
say that
so
then.
I have to do research.
I not say that then.
Because so the me more the chlorophyll it never do nothing for me.
What? Chlorophyll do everything for me. I said no, the dollar
I
to
forgot
my
choice.
regular. No man, it nice.
No, forgot choice again. I'm not really
I think you
sure.
I think you should.
Okay.
Anyways, jumping right into the goodie of the week.
The Goodie of the Week.
Okay, so this week's goodie of the week is the LSU. They won the NCAA championships. I'm gonna say, what in a foreign business? But there's a purpose behind it, y'all. There's a purpose behind it. So, Angel Reese.
Mhm.
Reese, yeah, made a gesture. So she did like the John Cena. It's like a thing with WrestleMania. She
Right.
did like a hand gesture thing, and I'm telling you, the internet is in uproar. But this her white opponent.
You mean the white people are in
the,
uproar?
the white people are in uproar,
Mhm.
right?
Caucasians.
So her Caucasian opponent did the same thing, like I think 2 weeks before,
Mhm.
and there was no news about it. They won the championship, and they are getting, and the focus is on the hand gesture that her opposing somebody from the opposing team
Mhm.
did 2 weeks before. And you know, usually the winners of the championships go to the White House.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they usually, so all of them, you know, when in basketball,
Mhm,
anything, once you win a state championship or a national championship, you get to go to the White House.
Oh, nice.
But there's a little damper on that. So they said that, so basically Jill Biden came out and said that both teams, the winning and the losing team, is invited to the White House, which has never ever been said in history.
All of a sudden, equality.
All of a sudden, equality, and she came out with a statement saying, "Oh, it's for women. It's because it's women." And I'm like,
But
no.
this championship has been around with the women, them.
Exactly. So it's like, no, let the winners come and the
Right.
losers go home.
Because that's the point of winning.
But I love Angel's energy, because she's like, she did that interview and she was like, no, we'll go to the Obamas. Like, she was like, no, we don't need to see you. Like, you know, and she's a Gen Z, so you know them talk their mind.
And they don't care.
And them don't care. Them don't care. Them are gonna talk. So
them come for talk, them come
yeah,
for
them
talk.
come for talk, them come for talk. So she is like that. So I definitely think I love us to see a woman standing up for herself and backing, you know, because it's like, okay, you did this.
And she not forget rowdy for back it either. She never get rowdy about it. Like she just match energy. I'm all for matching it.
She matched energy and they're mad. They're mad. You know the line in the Money Baggy song where he's like, it's cool when you do it, when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. Literally, that's what we experience. So yeah. So she, you know, LSU, Angel, your Goodie of the week.
The US dollar crash, we're not gonna talk about that. Why them are worried about this?
Yeah, I saw that. You know that they're introducing a digital currency now. You saw that?
Another one?
Another one. No, not like crypto or anything, but like everything is going digital. So they're like theme parks and they're places now where they don't take any type form of money. So you know how so this is not
like a digital wallet?
Yeah, like a digital, but you know, this is not new though, because like in, what's it called? In China, in certain parts of China that's really advanced, they don't take any form of cash. I have a friend that's teaching over there and she told me that they don't take everything, they don't take any form of cash. There's a little robot that comes to her thing, delivers her groceries. Like, it's very advanced.
And it just connects it to her card?
You just kind of scan it, right? So you have I think you have like a chip option.
Oh.
You mark the beast people. And then you have a chip option. What? Yeah, you have a chip option. And
the chip is mark of the beast?
Then them say. None of people them say. Well, grannies and so.
I'm sorry, what?
I've always heard that. You've never heard that?
What? No.
Girl, seriously, you're not Jamaican.
Because COVID was mark of the beast. Oh, the vaccine was the mark of the beast.
Yeah, but them said the chip and mark of the beast too.
So,
we don't know what the mark of the beast too. I need to read more.
All of them, Helago L. Go ahead.
Stop. But no, like, and then you have a card. So my friend says she has the card that basically you use. But
so it's like a life card.
It's just digital. Like everything over there is digital. So it's not foreign, but I don't know if it's gonna work for the US, because the thing is why it works for certain places in China do it. I need to do more research on it. Yeah. But there's like a lot going on with the US currency right now.
A lot, and it's not good.
And you know what's funny? We don't know which dollar for saving. You can't save in a Jamaica.
Because I save
you can't save in a US. Yeah, I save in US and no, me stress out. My proper stress out. I said, which currency? The Caymanian dollar is stronger than the US dollar.
It is.
So I'm like, do I do
that? Maybe.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Or look up pound so.
Maybe pounds.
Anyways, if you're not sending a direct deposit though, you tell the US for now.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, so we kind of strayed a bit. But always. So we're jumping right into this week's Hot Topics.
Hot Topics.
So this week's hot topic is spinning the block. This is a very interesting topic. So basically, this week we so you'd have seen, if you keep up with pop culture, you'd have seen Lil Durk, famous rapper. Basically, him and his his fiance would have broken up, and he has been like going crazy on social media trying to get her back. And basically, there was a video that came out showing where he went on live, and her hand, it's clearly her hand because of the tattoo on the fast though. There's a tattoo on her hand.
Yeah, they never leave for go school. Huh?
Yeah, and then they basically saw that and said, okay, they're back together or whatever. So it made me think about like spinning the block. Like that is
a thing.
Yeah, like that's a thing. I feel like a lot of people get back with their exes. Is it normal? Have you ever spun the block?
Definitely. And I think it's because, honestly, sometimes it's just a lot of like, people will say, wow, stick to the evil,
Yeah.
It's a lot of that, and it's a lot of like, oh, I can't bother try to find about like favorite color. That too.
Yeah, man, I've one more left in me.
Sometimes it's just like maybe like a little safe space. But I'm telling you, I mean, you must determine based on what the risk is to spin the block. But I have done it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it has worked out for me before.
Yeah.
And it has not. So it's just like, okay, cool. You must assess, but I feel like a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people maybe do it secretly. A lot of people probably openly do it. Especially, I mean, it's just, yeah.
For me, so let me tell you something, a little thing about, she can tell you about Renee. When Renee done, Renee done.
Finito.
When Renee done, Renee done. I've spun the block.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
No, man, tell you, say, sorry to that man. Like, R.I.P. my boss. Straight to the fullest. Like, no. I'm not doing it. I don't go back, right? Because I believe we broke up for a reason, and I always believe. And so, say better out there, better is always.
Sorry, excuse me. Also, spin the block means go back into another relationship with the person.
Yes. So basically, or just get back involved with the person.
Okay.
So get back involved in some way with the person. Okay. Right. So now I've done it once, right? And this was recently. And I done it. And I'm telling you. But should I stick to my guns?
You are very adamant that you should have stick to your guns.
I'm very adamant that I should have accepted the fact that this thing has ended and move forward in my life. But I saved myself enough time. Right? And little heartbreak. But I just don't think there's any value in spinning the block. I don't think so. I think we're gonna break up for a reason. And go on with your life, girl. Move on. New man, new day, new man, new everything. Newness.
I agree to some extent. I will say that. I do. Sometimes you have to circle back for realize, say, oh, this for sure is not for you. Sorry.
I feel like it's just the easy way out.
What?
Going back.
Going back,
and let me tell you. Tell you something about them man here.
Sure.
You see them man here? You see them dirty man here? They will break up, or they will you and them will left, and you and them will left. You left them over something. Them left you. Whatever happened, and they will go out there and them spread them wings and fly, and then realize that nothing out there.
Obviously, there's nothing out there.
They don't appreciate you in the moment, but then they'll come back and they and then I just think that's why I said whenever I see a little time pass or a period, a month, 2 months, and then you come back, I always fear your intentions, and that's why I never do it. That's why I've never done it in the past. We get catch that last time. Yeah.
What do you fear?
Because it's are you genuinely coming back because you care about me, or is it something where you went out, you realized that it's like good, better, best?
Yeah.
So it's
the grass not really green, though.
It's I don't really want that. It's I don't think she's the best, but she's better than what's out there. So it's you go there. Let me settle with she. Okay. But my thing is I always feel in those situations when best or what you describe as best comes, you're always gonna go for best. Because I'm not necessary. I'm just what was better at the moment
at the time
when you went out there. So that's always been my restriction.
Okay, I get what you're saying. That rationale makes sense because it does. Yeah. It really does. Wow.
You want realization, though?
No, it's just I have circled the block, and it's just back in the day, and it's just I'm trying to think about what the circumstances were originally, because it did work out there after for a while. Yeah, so it's just oh, you realize say it did fool and stuff.
You know what it is though? You know what I think? And y'all don't attack me, but this is what I think, right?
They're gonna attack you.
I think that we women like to think that we are special. We like to think that he went out there and I am. You see, how I think and I say I think he goes out there and sees that out there is not great and I'm better than what's out there, so I must settle for me, but I'm not necessarily the best. I think that us as women tend to think that we are very special and oh, he has to come back to me, or like I'm the greatest thing in the world and all of that. When in reality, he's just coming back because we are convenient, we're easy, not easy in the sense of like whatever, but easy in terms of to deal with or to get back or whatever. It's just easier to come back.
I agree. So because it's that safe space, it's that like, but you know, like it's that safe space where it is.
Yeah, and I don't get how women brag on.
But I wonder if men circle back, meaning like a girl who has left him and comes back to him if he circles the block too. You get what I'm saying? Because we're speaking from a female perspective.
That's a good question.
But do you know anything like? Do you know anybody who would have a man go back because he's?
I know a few guys who have gone back.
Them girl left them, you know.
Them girl left them and them go back.
And she go back and take him back and say,
Yeah. No, I know. I'll tell you after who. But yeah, we know two guys who've done that. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, we know guys who've done that. But actually, those relationships actually ended shortly after that.
But I also feel like it's not so. I feel like it's not something they'd even say. You know, where we could openly say that we've circled the block, then probably not.
Yeah.
You think they would admit that?
Or I think for men, like them taking back. Let me tell you what it is too. I think it's easier because men, I think I've been in the gym, right? And I was having a conversation with my trainer at the time and like a few other people in the gym, and they were like, oh, say once me there with a girl for a time until she gets a new man and then for a time, I mind that. So I think when you go back as a woman with that man, people not really look upon him and say him spin the block. Them are gonna look upon you like, they just no work or them on a level and them gone back to the level. They don't think that like you fully separate. I think they think that like, but versus women, we will look at them and be like, oh, they broke up and got back together.
Right.
I don't think men think like that. I think men just think,
things.
Yeah, man, him just take it up back. I think that's how they think.
Okay, fair.
And that's why I don't want to do it because I don't want to get the satisfaction. You know, pick me up and take me down. Take me out, so let me use a tie.
Agreed. No, I agree. Because it's kind of like emotional abuse.
Yeah.
It is.
But you know what's funny? They say that I think there's a link that I dropped in here. It was like a study was done and it was 40% of people who get married break up before the marriage.
I'm sorry?
Like 40% of people who are get married, they have a big breakup before they get married. Most people who I know,
I could see
that's
that.
What they did for you.
It's this life altering, done. Blacks on all platforms kind of
and they actually break up for not like a good while. Like I have a friend who got married the other day and she and her boyfriend broke up for like 4 months. Like I did not think her and him like it was her long time boyfriend and I thought they were on the marriage track. Then they break up for a good couple months, like me I thought couple months well. And then them get back together and within 5-6 months, marriage. Like they got married.
So are you still of the mind that she shouldn't circle back? It worked out for her.
I mean, but at the same time, the divorce rate, and you were going to ask me that. The divorce rate is 12%.
You have the rebuttals.
Yeah, the divorce rate is 12%.
But it's still lower than 40.
It's still lower than 40, facts. Something to think about. Do you ever think there's an appropriate time to circle the block? Like
I agree. So there is a expiration date on circling. I think that it surpasses like, if it's anything beyond like 6 months, okay. I think you should have healed by then and moved completely on. And so it's
there's
just
no
like
time on healing.
No, there's no time on healing, but I feel like personally there's an expiration date on circling the block.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah, fair. I don't know. For me, it's like I think the person really has to be worth it. Like I think you have to kind of really think that like. It have to be a situation. And then I think there's always like a scenario where, for example, if you... Because, all right, for me, I'm going to get personal. For me, how I spun the block the last time...
because I am not.
How I spun the block the last time, right? Like, he broke up with me. You know, yeah, man, I'm going to take off my ads. No, man never left me yet. No, he left me. A man did left me. And so,
I think we've all been left.
Yeah.
Dolly are not.
Right? So he broke up with me, but I didn't want to break up with him, right? I wanted us to work things out. So I just thought the breakup was, he was going through
break,
something
right?
and he needed time. So I always, when we broke up, like I was done and I was holding on to hope that we'd get back together, right? So I think in those scenarios, it's like, it's the most logical thing to do. However, now I probably shouldn't have I should have just accepted it for what it was. But I think it's scenarios like that where it's like one person to me has to be kind of holding on to hope in some way and kind of have the patience to allow the other person. But I think if both of you are like, it's the best decision, you have the conversation, I don't think you should go back if you just think it's the comfortable thing to do.
And I agree, because people go back for different reasons. Sometimes people go back for even financial reasons. You get me?
Yeah.
And it's a bit one of things. And it's also just a little plug, because my mother raised me right. But it's just like, it's situation based. I'll definitely say that it's very much situation based. And apparently, there's a lot of people who do it and we don't know them do it, because sometimes them left and you don't know.
Point on this. What I can't stand is, I know people who you are this man's wifey, like you and him, they outright picture post not their own family. Or you make a man put you from wifey and have you as a sneaky link, like downgrade you. Carelessness.
As the circling back?
As the circling back, like him come back, but him not come back good. Him come back on some, say some man, friends with benefits and and then your emotions all caught up in it and all.
Because I feel like if you're gonna circle the block, it has to be an upgraded circling.
Like we
in all aspects,
we
every
heal,
single thing.
you appreciate
You've made these changes. You are seeing the changes that you're making. You are whatever situation that has caused the breakup would have been. You're working through that in a very professional way. Therapy, guys, go.
These ad-libs with you today.
Just a little plug them. I'm gonna feel man. Then it's a greater consideration. But What?
Yes. And there are lots of those situations.
That is true.
There are lots of those situations.
That is due to comfort.
And that is due to comfort.
That is
comfort. It's like, and then to me, my biggest fear is like doing an on and off relationship with somebody and may I do it for years.
Oh no. Absolutely not. Me?
After trying to grow the dolly face, I'm not doing it.
That's exhausting.
I'm not doing it.
My work enough is exhausting, guys. Like, I don't need the emotional
I need
stress.
a peaceful relationship.
But you need to be my peace.
In fact.
That is it.
And I can be yours.
I can definitely be.
But
I cannot be at times, but I can be peace as well.
They say, wake up the song.
Yeah. Well, fight. A joke. I'm joking.
Not really.
I'm joking.
No, sir. But I don't know.
Your final sentiments are?
I don't
think... Okay, the commotion. I said, no.
No, I
never say never, girl.
No, never say never. I'm gonna want what words them come back for bite. That you remind me, right? If one friend gonna remind me, it's she. I personally don't, at this point in my life,
right.
I don't see it being beneficial in any way. I see a lot of women say it and I think we brag on it and all of that. I don't think it's anything to brag on. I think the boy just never see nothing go on and come back. I think the doll just say you did nicer to me and you did spend a little money as a man. And or do whatever, or treat me good and come back. Yeah. But I don't want somebody who never recognized my worth from the start. That's
okay. Yeah. Profound. I think it's situation based. I think you have to assess what's everything is a risk. Yeah. And so that risk assessment to determine what is the greater risk, if there is a large risk in this circling back situation, and what do you want from this situation. Sometimes we have people in our lives and we're not really sure what we want from them, and it's not because we're trying to use people, but everybody serves a purpose. So what is it that you're trying to serve? Yeah. And then for the last thing I want to add to this as well, it's something you have to be so careful with, because you will be spinning the block going back and forth with your ex for years, and you miss out on people, opportunities, a family,
love, all of these things pass you by, peace, and because you did not,
you've been holding on to toxicity.
And then when somebody comes who is peaceful, who is healed, like
you won't appreciate that.
One of my biggest fears with this too is like, I don't ever want to miss the opportunity to find the real love of my life because I'm holding on to something that no longer serves me.
And then what I will also say is that this is something I always seen on the Tickety Talks. I don't know what he's trying to say, but it's just like the people that come from a toxic relationship to a healthy relationship.
They think it's boring.
No, they are the hardest to adjust, and then they in turn possibly turn a healthy relationship into a toxic one because they don't know how to. This is also about experience for them.
Yeah,
because they're used to toxicity. So you also have to determine like who's literally right for you mentally, emotionally, and providing that support. Because
and then there's a self part of it, right? You need to understand fully what you want and do and stick to that. I'm not saying like have a list and be like check it off. I'm saying that
put on the list, girl. Put on the list, Renee.
Facts. But no, I think you have to know yourself so well, get to the point of like understanding what you need and what will really serve you, and try not to do anything that will deviate from that. So it's like, check how you're feeling. Is this situation making me sad? When it comes back around, and then it's like those situations have a very euphoric feeling in them. So when you're good, it's euphoric, it's great. But when you're bad, you are in the most sad, depressive state of your life. So it's like you really have to be
assess.
careful.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman, it's very, very, very hard. And then if you want kids, all of that, you need to make sure you're using your years wisely, because unfortunately we do have a timeline on it. You can adapt on all of that, but we do have a timeline.
Sadly, we do. Try to say that we don't.
But we really do.
Exactly.
Like, it's just scientific facts, right? So, yeah, that was our hot topics for this week. So we're jumping right into our listener letter.
Listener letters.
So this week's listener letter: what are your views on having sex on the first date? Careless. Idle. You don't have anything to do with yourself. You're too careless. Hey, we run some serious risk in the life, you know? We're not running them risk there. We're not running them. No. Alright. I'm glad you asked this question, right? Let me start, because I'm very passionate about this.
Believe me? No,
I'm very passionate about this. So, I do not believe in sex on the first date, and I do not judge people for doing what they want to do.
You sound very judgmental just now.
No. I'm not judging you for doing what you want to do. I'm talking about for me personally.
Because he said, what are your views?
What are my views, right? I don't believe in sex on the first date because there is I think sex for me is a spiritual connection. I think you are opening it up yourself to somebody. When you feel like soul ties are real, you're opening up yourself to somebody's problems, somebody's feelings. You ever have sex with somebody and you never yet feel depressed?
Feel nothing? Oh.
You know.
I didn't mean it in that way. Oh my God.
Sorry. But yeah.
There's no emotional connection.
Not like that. But I mean, like, you've had sex with somebody and you've never had depression before. All of a sudden you start feeling depressed. There's a lot of things.
And then guzzle you.
But no, it's not guzzle. It's more like it's soul ties. It's like a spiritual
No, I get
thing.
the soul ties thing because I believe it's a deeper connection as opposed. And then there are people who can have casual intercourse. I personally cannot necessarily do that.
I don't necessarily believe that. Right?
That what?
People do it, but I don't know if it's like the best thing for you emotionally.
No, those people are emotional damage already.
That's how and it's like, I don't want to judge and say that, but it's like, I just personally, in my experience, everybody who I know has been that over sexualization and that, like, I know, like,
there's
at
deeper,
the end,
there's deeper stuff.
like a lot of them have come to a place and you realize all those people who we knew to be this, they've completely changed.
Yeah.
They're on a different path. Black China, Alexis Sky, like Amber Rose, all of them are on different, just shouting some examples, like all of them are on different paths. So I think there's a spiritual aspect. Now, when it comes to sex on the first date, there's also a lot of things that you don't think about. There is a lot of STDs, HIV, uncurable things, gonorrhea, all sorts of things, and open up on yourself to somebody who don't know them from anywhere. Like, that
for me is the part that's like, ooh.
People always worry about pregnancy. Me not worry about pregnancy.
But you don't even know my last name.
But if you can imagine, Maggie, you give me one uncurable STD, me don't have to
The
scream
girl
and
said
bawl,
that
shit
should
and
have been a
cry.
dog.
No, for sure. What do you go? Yeah.
No, I'm thinking that what would I say? I was saying that like
The STDs, right?
no, it's just like you don't even know my last name, bro.
Yeah, like I just don't think you know each other well enough. And
Or
then-
at all, like hello?
Yeah. And there's also a safety concern. That's you know watch all I know watch Dama on Netflix.
I know, sir,
I saw
that's
him catch the boy
why-
them. I saw him catch the boy.
I know
them.
what it
Yeah.
that's
I
how
saw him
as
catch the boy them
well.
because he literally he seemed like a nice enough guy. He lured them back to his apartment, and it's like, why would you go to somebody's place or bring somebody into your place that you don't know like that?
But
Little Freddy.
same. But you know, also it's just like there are people who have had sex on the first date and they're happily married with a family.
Or they've been together for a long time, right? But no, I don't know. To me, it's just like I don't know. Me never yet meet. I am too skeptical. You should never say never, but this is one of the things
Skeptical.
I promise.
Yeah, because I
that
mean,
I
like,
can say never.
you ever in like a group setting and like, oh my god, what? Never ever had one night stand and I'm just like
I'm always
side eye, bombastic side eye.
Like, yeah, no,
I have not.
I really have never, and I don't plan to.
Like
ever.
just meet you? No.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Me don't know where you have. Me
They
don't know
know
where
what I
you
did. So
from.
they know
Me
what I
don't know if
did.
you're
So
paid
look
good.
at bozo food and them get a
I
little.
don't. I mean, say just no man. Before
But
that
don't
must
like
be the black.
that.
But to me, I just don't think like, and I know like you have people who have been with people for years who have given them diseases or done things to them. But in terms, I just think when you know a person, it can happen. But I think when you don't know a person, there is more likelihood that things can happen and dangerous situations. And to me, as a woman too, especially as a woman, be careful. They will take me away. They will human traffic
All
me.
sort of something, girl.
All sort of something. You might
Chip them could have chip.
even
Suppose them chip you, chip you.
even if I bring you,
The mark of the devil.
but I'm gonna be a idiot. Suppose them will bring it in my space. No, Alex, I'm
How
not
much
too
money?
bad. Don't worry, I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things before
I know
bed.
you're bed. And that's if you go, yeah, like, what time? 9 o'clock, you have a reminder?
Yes.
You
That's
should be in your bed snoring. What you doing up at 9?
Prayer and worship. I'm a prayer and worship time before I go to my bed and talk to Jesus.
That's nice.
Understand? But seriously, yeah, I don't think, for me personally, my views on it, I don't think it makes sense. I think there's too many risks associated with it.
Mhm.
For my person,
Mhm.
I'm a coward bad. Now I'm enough birth freak when me young.
Island is still open?
Jody, seriously? Anyways, moral of the story is, I don't think you should do it.
It's to each his own. It's not. I don't recommend. Like, I don't think it's a. I don't. It's that. I don't personally think it's a good basis to start any type of meaningful relationship. But if you're gonna do it though, I would definitely encourage safe practices in this activity. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was a Good Girl podcast, and we will see you next
So Island will open or
Goodbye.
bye.